We are at the Moose Mountain Trailhead. It's the road into Ing's Mine. We're here with the legend, Andy Genereux, route developer, guidebook author. He has authored the guidebooks for the Ghost River, multiple guidebooks for Yamnuska. He's currently developing Moose Mountain, and he's one of the early proponents of climbing here, and he's gonna be our guide today. Andy, what are we up to today?
Well, we're gonna go check out a new cliff called the Roadside Attraction. It's right beside the road, and you, my friend, had something to do with that, putting the first route up there, which you're gonna not recognize when we go back today, because there's a lot of rock missing off it, because the rock is loose at the Moose, but the climbing's great. So a lot of cleaning up to do, but we got about a 6K bike ride in, and we're gonna park ourselves in the sun, do some pitches, and it's all sport climbing, so bolt protected here. Okay. There are a few tragedies, but they're disappearing.
Right on. And what do we need for gear today?
Just well, I recommend that you bring a stick clip in here for clipping the first bolt on some of the routes, because the rock quality can fracture unexpectedly. And we're gonna have just quick draws, and all the routes are fully bolted that we're climbing today, so bolts at the top, ring bolts at the top to lower or wrap off, and yeah, so it's all been prepped and prepared.
Okay, right on. And I noticed you got your mountain bike out. Are we got a ride in?
We're gonna ride in. You can walk in, but it just is a quick ride, and it's the best part. At the end of the day, the ride's almost downhill the whole way except for one little bump, so it's a really quick out at the end of the day. So
okay, right on. Okay, we're gonna ride in here, and we're gonna have do some riding and have some conversations with Andy while we're riding in, kind of get a bit of the history of the crags. We got our bikes out and our gear, and off we go.
I've been putting roots up in here for over 25 years.
You've been putting roots up for over 25?
In here, in Moose Mountain.
So since 95?
Yeah. Yeah, I think 93 maybe even. 27 years. Have to check the date.
Okay, so, well, so back in the 90s, you could drive in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent a friend of mine in here, Larry Ostrander, who's the first true kind of developer. And Larry used to come in here with his Westphalia van camping, and he was putting up, he didn't trust the rock in here, so his climbs were not lead climbs. He didn't protect them for leading, but he built top anchors, and depending on the steepness of the rock, sometimes base anchors and a few directional bolts to hold his rope in. And he climbed on a shunt, so basically top rope the route. And he built about 70 top rope problems in here in the early to mid 90s.
Okay, so he started in here. Was he in the late 80s or was it the 90s?
Late 80s. He was kind of he had built an area called Barrier in the Kananaskis Valley, and there were that's when sport climbing was sort of evolving in the Rockies locally, and low budgets, we were all starving, trying to start careers, so minimum bolting, mixed gear, protection, and spacious, like serious.
Yeah.
And so there was some fallout over issues. Larry got embroiled in some of that stuff, and he was one of the, in my mind, one of the most technically talented climbers we had locally back in the 80s.
Because he was pioneering a lot of those 511 routes at Barrier back in the mid 80s, right?
Yeah, but he out here, his shunting problems were 12s, lots of 12s.
Wow.
Lots of hard 11s.
Well, I mean, he was a big guy, kind of like us, in the 80s.
Yeah, no,
And then he got really serious about his diet, and he lost like 30 pounds or something. And
well, part of it was he built an outdoor gym here. Places like the Dust Bowl, the little crag that I named Larry's gym. It's not very tall, but really physical, bouldery climbing. And there's 17 routes in that little crag, of which 13 or 14 belong to Larry as shunt problems, and a few more that I filled in. That where nothing was there. And I built them all into lead problems over a few years. And other people have redeveloped some of Larry's problems with the Dust Bowl. And like I said, he'd come out here typically on a top rope shunting system, would climb 15, 17 of his steep routes that are 25 to 30 meters long, and 2/3 of them would be 512. Like he was cranking multiple 12s in a day. And then he would show up at other areas, and he would on site 12B, 12C.
wow, holy cow.
You know, we had a few guys around that could do that back then, but not a lot.
Yeah. So this
he's in the top group, but he was an outlier. He kind of marched to his own drum. And unfortunately, in I think it was 92, Larry died out here at Moose Mountain. Some say it was an accident. Some say it was suicide. I'm not sure either way. I wasn't here, but shortly after Larry's death, I came out here to look around and discovered all his shunting problems, and it was like his own little secret place.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of suggested he come out here.
Yeah.
But I felt bad about the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Right.
Anyway,
Well,
I redeveloped a bunch of his stuff, but not all of it. Other people stepped in and did some redevelopment over the years, and I'm still finding his shunting problems that I didn't know about. Last year I found 4 more that I redeveloped on a new part of something called a painted wall, and I just recently found a little cliff with another half dozen problems on it, which I'm going to call the Goat Cafe, because the mountain goats hang out there every spring and lounge and wait for coffee or something. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, Steve Birch contacted me the other day and said that he had just done a new route, or actually had fixed up one of Larry's old shunting problems.
Yeah, and that's another area altogether again on the shady side of the valley. So I think the potential in here, with a lot of work, is going to be somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 routes.
Wow. And it's
today right now there's about 190 routes so far developed, and about 140 of those I've done.
Okay, holy cow. And so on average here, what would you say would be the number of hours to clean one route and prep it?
It used to be about 10 to 12 hours to clean one pit. You remove the loose rock.
And does that include the bolting too? Or?
The bolting. But a few years ago, I got myself a battery-operated leaf blower, which has dramatically reduced cleaning time by being able to blow the dirt off multiple times with little effort.
Oh, right on.
So you still have a lot of cleaning. There's still a lot of loose rock to remove to make things safe. But the leaf blower has dramatically improved cleaning time. So now it's between 4 and 5 hours for an average pitch here to clean and blow.
Okay.
But
now is that because of technology, but are you going to the, you know, the looser crags now? Like, did you go to the good crags first? Or?
I try to find the best rock out there, but there's bands of quality differences. So one of the first crags that I developed are areas called the Moose Patch, which I named after my dad and I used to hunt out in this area. And not far from here, he had an area he used to call the Moose Patch. Every year we used to go and harvest a moose out there.
Oh wow.
So I named it after my dad's claims over by McLean Creek, which is, as the crow flies, about 8 kilometers from here.
Okay, right on.
And I don't hunt anymore, but my dad was really into hunting. He fed our family for 25 years through hunting.
Yeah.
So I grew up eating wild game. That's all I ate for meat. But back to the Moose Patch, there's some really good rock quality there, but the bottom, I'm gonna say 10 meters, 8 meters, took, of the cleaning time on a route, it took 3/4 of the cleaning time for the bottom 10 meters.
Oh cow, okay.
Because it just kept scaling off. But eventually, once the work's done, the climbs are fantastic. The climbing is really good.
Yeah.
But those early routes, they were more of an old school sport climbing style. So the spacing on the bolts was definitely wider.
Yeah.
People get a little more excited on it. And some of my early grades have been bumped up from what they originally graded. And that's just a growing process, I think.
Yeah. Well, you took me out here in the late 90s, I recall.
God.
And
You got a younger brain than mine.
and we'd hiked in, there was snow. I remember it was spring, there was still a bit of snow kicking around.
And we climbed?
Yeah, we climbed, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was probably the Moose Patch.
Okay,
Back then, that would have been one of the areas that I developed. Possibly, oh no, I remember now. We went to Morningside Crag. Oh yeah. And,
was that closer to the ice caves?
Yeah, that's very close to where you...
coming out of the mist.
Yeah, it came back to me. Yeah, we were at something called Morningside Crag.
Okay.
And it's an east-facing crag. It's the furthest developed crag, so it's about 25 minutes to get there from the parking lot.
On a
bike
ride, okay.
You gotta walk up a side drainage.
Yeah.
And I believe that day I bolted a route that ended up being 12A.
Okay. Yeah.
I worked out the moves, but I didn't actually red point it that day. I came back a few weeks later and red pointed it. But I get on that route from time to time, and it just kicks my ass. It might be harder than 12A. But I'm getting older. Yeah, that's right, we were there.
Okay.
So coming up on the right, Steve.
Okay, yeah.
That's last year's development. 13 little routes.
Okay.
It's called Head Buttress because it's a little sand beach right below it.
Oh yeah, yeah, right on.
2013. So you get to have a little beach hangout. Really fun. The only issue is I wish it was a lot higher, but it's about 18 meters or so.
Okay.
Well protected.
Yeah, I can see a few of the bolts there in the glistening.
Yeah. And it's been people there every weekend. So
Right on.
it's because this area, the biggest issue was most of the routes tend to start at 11A.
Right.
And now, the last few years, I've developed approximately 30, maybe 40, 510s or less. And it's been instrumental in upping the popularity.
So is there a guidebook for here, Andy, or?
There's a few of the routes are in the sport climbing guide, the last edition, 7th edition by John Martin and John Jones.
Okay.
But it's really underrepresented. Since that came out, there's been almost 90 routes gone up here.
Yep. So is that on your list for another guidebook, or?
Well, Derek Galloway is supposed to be putting out a selected sport climbing guide, and he's going to include this area. And it was supposed to be out this spring, but I haven't seen or heard anything. He hasn't called me for revisions, but the most current information is on my website, ghostriverproductions.ca, and you can download a PDF of the latest stuff in here.
Okay.
And so this little crag that we're going to today, I added about 2 weeks ago, and it went up on the website, and 2 days later there were 9 people at this little crag. Power of the internet.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we're coming into some crags here.
Yeah, and we're going to be just around the bend here, about 100 meters.
So what are we looking at on the right? Is that undeveloped still?
That's the Goat Cafe, the overhanging buttress.
Okay.
That's where Larry's latest junk fountains I discovered are.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we're going to go to the little crag just right of it, and it's called Roadside Attraction Crag.
Okay.
So we'll, hopefully, it looks like there's a little bit of seepage on it, but I think we'll be okay. So, predominantly dry, so we'll be fine. So we'll climb as many routes as we can get up. With a couple old creaking bodies.
Now there was another crag.
Yeah, right behind us here.
Okay, is that?
Larry's gym. So that's the thing here. This time of year, groundwater.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's,
I think you took me there once too.
okay, so those are really pumpy, bouldery problems. Really good. And like I said, 13 of those routes were Larry's original shunting problems.
Yeah.
And I developed the whole cliff. There's 17 routes there. And the other side of the...
And is that the one where it's like goes 5-9, 10A, 10B, 10C?
Yeah, and then
they keep going further to the right, they keep getting harder?
Well, there is another couple of... There's a 10CD at the very right now. That's new.
Okay.
A couple years ago. But yeah, generally 5-9, 10C, or I think it's actually 10D, 10CD, 10C, 10BC, then it gets 11A, 11AB, 11B, 11D, 11C, 11B, 11C, 11D.
So you took me there in the late 90s when you could still drive in and park right there and just walk over.
Yeah, well, that was one of the first areas that I redeveloped the Larry's. And I had some stuff at something called the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
And then around the point here, this is where I've done most of my development the last 8 or 9 years. It's called the painted wall. So it's a curving wall that the foreground, closest roots, go up the road a little bit and look at it, pan around them. Off this ledge, you see in the foreground here, the sloping ledge.
Yep.
The left end of it, there's a 10A and a 10C, and then it goes, I think it goes 11A, 11C, 11AB, 11B, 11AB, 11D, 11C, 10D, 10B, a really sweet overhanging corner with big jugs, 10B. And then 11A, 11B, 11A, 10C, 10C, 10A, 10C, 11A, 10C, 11D, 11C, 11A, 11C, 11A, 11A, 11B, 10D, 10B, 11C, 11 CD, and then 11BC, and then there's 9 more routes at the right end of the cliff, which were done last year, and they're 10D, 11A, 11AB,
So this
11C, 11.
This is the Andy Genereux memory at work here.
Well, again, a few of these routes are Larry's old trending problem.
Yeah.
There's only a few.
Yeah.
I found, I think, 4 anchors on this entire cliff. Well, I shouldn't say that, no. And last year I found more at the right end. So there were 4 routes at the right end that were Larry's, and there were 4 routes here. So a total of 8 routes out of about the 40 routes here.
And then you just wade across the creek, probably high now, right?
Yeah, it's high right now. The creek actually dries up most summers. This bend, there's some springs that feed this bend. It'll often be, you can stone hop here most of the year.
Okay.
But a week ago it was in pretty good flood. It was thigh deep. And so this wall, this left end of the wall at 3:30 comes in the sun, so we've got nice sunshine.
Good. Awesome.
And like these will be hard overhanging roots, so they'll be. I'm hoping there's some low 11s, but I'm thinking they're going to be more in the 5-12 range.
There's a lot of rock. I forgot how much rock was in here.
Well, it goes.
Yeah.
In the immediate valley, there's 7.5 kilometers lengthwise of rock. And there's like 200 roots. So the track I took you to, Steve, is around the bend, but it faces east.
Yeah.
It's over the hill. And
Yeah.
it's about another 4.5 kilometers on the bike.
Okay.
4 kilometers. Yeah, I go a little more developed in this track. All the development I've done so far is over there, where your old 8 problem was going to right. And
Okay, sorry, is it the old 8 problem right there?
let's go up closer first.
Okay, it's coming back to me. Yeah, it's gotta be the late 90s. It had to be 98 or 99.
Okay, see, the hole left of me about 5 feet.
Yeah.
Double gray stripe coming down from it.
Yeah.
Your first bolt is one coming down from it.
Okay.
So your first bolt was about a foot between above the lower bolt, and then you went over to this little jog corner.
Yeah.
And up the corner.
Okay.
And then where that little roof is,
Yep.
little triangular shaped roof,
Yep.
you had an anchor in there.
Okay, gotcha.
And then and your inserts are obviously still there. I just removed them.
Yeah,
So they were well drilled. I'll give you that.
Okay, well.
They were well drilled. They weren't sticking out. They were old.
And I left the hangers on.
You can have them back. They're pestle aluminum. I've got them at home. I just want to make sure
no worries. No worries. I'll make a contribution to the cause.
I haven't heard to use them for the modern stainless steel studs. I got to drill them out because they're a 10 mil cap screw.
Yeah.
And it's a 3/8 bolt.
Okay, right on, man. Well, let's rig up.